BNP Paribas, partenaire des plus belles histoires de Roland-Garros, aux côtés des ramasseurs de balles depuis plus de 50 ans.
Well done, Casper. What do you think of your level today? And of course, you knew about Albert playing his last Roland-Garros, so any special thoughts for him?
Yeah, it was a pretty good match. I played Albert many times before, so in the beginning of my career, I was really struggling to find a way to beat him. I always struggled a bit more with lefties, and he is a very experienced player and plays a way that I wasn't so comfortable with. So I always have that in the back of my mind, knowing that it will be a tough match. And the last two previous meetings were going really everything in my favor. So I was trying to think back to his best days and thinking that today will be another one of those days. So to prepare myself, and I think all in all it was a pretty good match. He showed some great level, and I really played well when it got close and I needed to, and behind my own serve, and I went for a few bigger shots here and there when I felt like I had a chance to. I think with him it's important to show that you can hit both strong forehands and backhands, because if he finds a weak spot in your game, he will really use that. So that's what has made him so good for many years, and I tried to show him from both my forehand and backhand that I'm not gonna play too weak and too soft today. So that leads to a few extra errors, but all in all, very happy with my level, and I'm of course sad for him knowing that it's his last, but he's had a great career and many things to be proud of.
English questions? Tu fais un norvégien après ou non?
Non, c'est mon anglais. Ouais. Okay. No, we do. Yeah. Hi, Casper. How did it feel, or did it feel good that you could go play, win, no worries about after the match against Yannick?
Yeah, new day, new week, new tournament. So, of course, I got a good beating by Yannick in Rome, but that's long erased from the memory in a way. So happy to get going with a win again, and I hope I can continue to build on it for the next matches and days here in Roland-Garros. So it's nice to get it done in 3 straight sets, and yeah, I felt pretty good out there. I had a little scare when I fell over, but everything was good also physically, so that's a good sign.
Hi, Casper. Congrats on your win.
Thanks.
Here at Roland-Garros, they still have the line judges,
yeah.
While at other clay events, they use more and more the electronic system.
Yeah.
What do you prefer, and can you explain why?
Yeah, I think I prefer, after playing few tournaments now with electric line calling, I think it works very well, and I would say I prefer that. There have been some questionable calls on the electronic as well, but when it's a human call, it's also will always be questionable calls and arguments anyway. So I think out of all the calls that are made, I think the margin of error is smaller with electronic line callings, and there are certain marks even that are so close, it's tough for us who have played all our life to tell, is that touching or not on clay? So at that point, it kind of just comes to guessing sometimes for the chair umpire, and I think it's better to just have a system say whether it was in or out when it comes to those small details. So, however, it needs a little bit of adjustment. I think there was a pretty bad error in the Zverev match in Madrid, I remember, and I've seen some others, but I thought the tutorial video that the ATP posted was very explained, and it makes sense depending even on the surface how much clay there is. Some marks will be bigger and stuff than others, so I think it's a good system, and it's, for me, has been working well.
Hey Casper, I'm curious about how you view the development of your backhand. For me, it's a shot that obviously you're known for your forehand, but your backhand has improved a lot, and particularly backhand line, I feel.
Yeah.
So I'm curious just how you view it.
Yeah, it's obviously a lot of practice, and when all my career I've had a better forehand than my backhand, it's obvious for me to think that the forehand should be the most dominating shot and doubt the backhand more compared to the forehand. So also the way I play my backhand is more with more spin than majority of players. I don't have a flat grip, and I have a. If you look at like the let's say just the majority of the top 30 players in the world, most of them play flatter backhand than me. Most of them actually play a frame that is smaller than me. I play a 100-inch frame, which creates more power and spin, but also less control. So I do play my backhand fairly different from other players, meaning that I have to be a little bit more careful to play flat, because my racket shoots out the ball a little more than others. And I've always played with a 100-inch racket, which leads to, you know, powerful, heavy topspin shots from the forehand, but the backhand, it's not that easy to kind of flatten it out. And that's a vulnerability sometimes when I'm too short, or when I don't trust my backhand good enough. It gets too loopy and too short. But today I felt like I tried to kind of overhit it sometimes, which is, it's not good when you hit it out, but in a way for me it's a good feeling knowing that, okay, I stepped up and at least ripped it and went for it instead of just like pushing it back. So I think that's something I will keep doing, and just challenge myself on that aspect.
Hey Casper, can I ask you, on drop shots, we're seeing more and more players using them. I wondered, firstly, how much do you think that's down to Carlos and him, how much he uses it, and also the extent to which you have changed your preparations, you know, both for hitting them yourself, but also countering them against guys who you know are likely to do that?
Yeah, I've had experience where when you play someone who does a lot of drop shots, I think if you are able to track and run them down, most of them in the beginning of the match, and win those points, I think most of them kind of back off doing it that much. But if you don't track them down, if they hit a few winners and win the points, they'll keep doing it. I'm thinking, you know, particularly about Carlos, let's say, or Bublik, or guys who play it quite often. I've had experience losing to them and also winning against them. So I've noticed that if I'm, let's say, the 4 or 5 first times they go for it, if you're able to track it down and win the point, they will kind of back off doing it anymore. But if they see that it's working, they're going to keep doing it when played with confidence. And I think Carlos plays it great, but I really think that Novak's backhand drop shot is also really, really good. And it's so well disguised, and you don't see it coming, and he plays it almost perfect every time. So it has been around for years, but Carlos is kind of the first one to do it so well from the forehand side, because he kind of looks like he's loading it, and then suddenly just changes, and you're on the back foot. So, but yeah, getting those 4 or 5 first points, and if you're able to win them, then that can be huge for the rest of the match.
Hi, Casper.
Hey.
Question about diet. I'm curious if you are the type of player who considers yourself strict with your diet, and if so, like, what do you do to keep your nutrition goals between city and tournaments?
Yeah, it's not easy, I tell you, because we are pretty much in a new city every week or every second week. And the majority of us don't travel with our own chef, let's say, where you can really know what to eat all the time. I think Novak is the only one, and that's an investment that I've thought about in the past, but it's practically quite hard, because you would need like a place with a kitchen and to have fresh food all the time. It's not easy at all, and hotels are more practical for us, because if you lose, you can just check out and leave, while if you're renting a private place, you need to rent it for the whole stay in case you make the final or win the tournament. So it's a pretty big commitment financially to do that. And haven't found the budget for it and the need for it. I try to eat clean and strict. I have, of course, my favorite types of food, like everyone, I guess, but I don't eat like greasy, fatty food typically during tournaments. It's kind of boring, just a lot of rice, some pasta every now and then, but my I feel a bit heavy when I eat too much pasta, so I keep it mostly to rice and some kind of protein. And even like salad and vegetables are tough sometimes, because if you're in countries where the water is not clean enough, you know, how can you be sure that it's not cleaned in the wrong way? Thinking back to Acapulco this year, I got like food poison. I don't know where it came from, or here last year. I also had a stomach bug towards the end. So salad, vegetables is kind of what you are told that's like going to be really good for you. But then at the same time, it's a quite big risk when it's not cooked or cleaned well, that it's dirty or it can lead to something. So it's kind of tough, and you're always thinking, where did I go last year and didn't get sick? I'll go back to that restaurant probably.
Hi, Casper.
Hey.
It was a great battle today, but I gotta ask, why did you stop wearing the nose strip? Is it ever coming back? You were about to set a trend with Carlos, so.
Yeah, it might come back soon. Don't worry. It's just I had a material that I tried out, and they were very early development. So it looks like a new material is coming, which will be a bit more comfortable to wear, because it's inside the nose, and it looks like I have this bull ring under. So we need to. I've been in contact with the guys who make it, and a better material and softer material for the skin is coming. So, but I use it for sleeping every night. But it'll return. Don't worry.